Hey, this is Paul Colligan, and I want to show you something very exciting in the podcasting space. I think this is going to change music and have a tremendous impact. And it's something that not only musicians need to think about, but something that authors need to think about, thought leaders need to think about, information marketers need to think about. This is vital stuff. So, we're at www.thegeoffsmith.com. Geoff Smith, a musician out of Nashville, Tennessee. He's written a lot of theme songs for different podcasters. He's done some work for me, Adam Curry, Geek Brief, Radio, Tips Top Floor, Screencast, the IO Project. I mean, he's even done a theme song for Twit. And great guy, a lot of fun, extremely talented. Can't say enough about the guy. Anyway, he launched a project a couple months ago called Ringtone Feeder at www.ringtonefeeder.com. And what they are is they're iPhone ringtones, and $1.98. You get two a week. They're a lot of fun, and they're Geoff style. Let me play you one or two of them here. I really like this one. Start this in the beginning. You know, this kind of stuff, just fun. This one's I have this one going a lot. But anyway, so he's got his he's got his ringtones, and that's fun. That's exciting. But let me show you what else he's done that is very, 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 very cool here. Okay, so he's got a new album out called Ones and O's, and you'll be able to get Ones and O's at iTunes. You'll be able to get Ones and O's at CD Baby, all the usual suspects. But he's also selling it through this dynamic option. He's calling it a dynamic album. I don't know if that name will stick, but the technology, the concept here is fabulous stuff. If you click through and, talks about it, the songs are delivered MP3 format, 256K, DRM free, so they're working on my Zune, they're working on my Xbox. I'm not a problem there. But here's the cool part. It's not a traditional album. It's a dynamic album. Okay? You'll receive bonus material, and this is very important, 12 months after the release date, typically every 2 weeks. So, instead of the experience where you buy the album and then you're out of the loop until they release the next album, and when they release the next album, they got to do a whole new round of, marketing, promotion, that kind of stuff. Anybody who subscribes to the dynamic album from Geoff are going to receive bonus material for 12 months after the release date, typically every 2 weeks. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, let's go into Ones and O's. So, in just this release, we've got the songs, set the music free. These are all really fun stuff. Typical Geoff. He's got that, he's just got a sound all his own, and I really dig it. So, now, you notice here, he's already included, after the last track, I'm a Twit, he's included a couple iPhone ringtones. These aren't ringtone feed. This is stuff that he's given away just because of that. He also gave away a music video. And now, this is the music video. I mean, he's put this up at YouTube and whatnot, and he's put this at other places. But now, this is your copy of it. And it's just kind of fun. But the fact of the matter is, I was playing this on my Apple TV earlier this morning. My girls were dancing to it like crazy. A lot of fun. He delivered the video. He has also got a digital booklet, where he's got the album cover, about Geoff Smith, that kind of stuff. Okay? Now, what's a lot of fun here is that, this is going to keep coming. I'm going to get new stuff from Geoff Smith on a regular basis through this podcast feed. Now, this is extremely, extremely powerful if you think about this. Why? Well, so now, because I was playing that one, let's go back to this one. We'll play it on digital media here, just to move it away. Okay. So now you notice there's no white dot there. Now, whenever Geoff sends me something new, I'm going to get a little blue dot here, meaning that I've got something new from Geoff. So for the next year, as he promised, okay, for the next year, typically every 2 weeks, I'm going to get new stuff from Geoff. Now, is this a lot of work for Geoff? Yes, it's a lot of work for Geoff, but Geoff is one of the hardest working guys out there, so I don't know how much harder this is going to be for him. But here's the thing, and this is the part I don't want you to miss. You see, for 12 months, okay, that's a year. In July 2009, I'm going to be getting content from Geoff Smith. Now, if I'm still listening to this content, that means I like the guy. And do you think Geoff might release a new album in a year? Might release a new album within that time? All the people who subscribe to the dynamic album are going to get the updates. They'll probably get content from Geoff in the studio. They'll probably get updates to what Geoff is doing. They'll probably get all these reminders that Geoff's got new stuff. So instead of starting over again, instead of having to, be in the very first place, again, every time he releases a new album, instead of having to remarket and re-promote and get new attention, that kind of stuff, all of his existing customers, the people who like him the most, are automatically in the feed. And he can just tell them, hey, the new album is out, pick it up here. See, it's so easy to get an existing customer to buy back if you've got a system for it. And this system is absolutely perfect. Email is an interesting beast. It's sometimes really hard to get a hold of people by email. Well, if you continue to send entertainment down a feed like Geoff is doing, then after a year, after 2 years, whenever the next new album comes out, information about that album can come down the feed and the audience can respond accordingly. This is a great way to keep in front of an audience. If you are an author, you release your book, you release updates, additional articles, critiques, reviews. Maybe you're reading chapters from the book. If you're a thought leader, blog content, this kind of stuff, interviews, reviews, people who send in stuff that they thought about your topic, whatever it is that you have. If you can move people from the surfer to the searcher who found your site, who maybe bookmarked it, to people who subscribe, who constantly get the stuff pushed to them, then suddenly you've got an audience who's ready to buy the next time you've got something for sale. Geoff's done a great job. I picked up the album day one. I recommend you do the same. It's at ringtonefeeder.com. This is the future of content distribution. Subscription, not just straight out delivery. I applaud Geoff for what he's doing. I recommend not only do you buy the album, but I recommend that you consider doing something like this yourself. This is Paul Colligan. I really like the Ones and O's album, both because it's Geoff and because of what it represents. You can do this. Geoff has. It's your turn now. Bye.